This is a particular nerve cell or a neuron, one single neuron. It contains three main parts. First part is cell body or cyton or perikaryon, whereas peri means surrounding and karyon means nucleus. The second point is dendrites or dendrons. The third point is axon. This is axon. Now I'm telling whereas the locations. Cell body is extending from the end point of terminal branches from here to this point. It is as a whole known as cell body. The dendrites or dendrons. You may also refer it as a tree. It has a tree which contains many numerous branches. The tree here is known as dendron, whereas the dendrites are the branches. This is the dendron and these are the dendrites or branches. Now axon. Axon contains from here, it starts from here and it ends to this point as taking the length as a whole, and there is the numerous nucleus present here in the axon, whereas there is also a covering or coating of a myelin sheath or medullary sheath or layer, which acts as a insulation to prevent the intermixing of nerve impulses from one neuron to another or from the adjacent neurons. It can mix the impulse, but it won't mix just because of the presence of myelin sheath. The places where there is no myelin sheath or myelin sheath is absent, there we can find neurolemma. It is the second layer, whereas there is numerous gaps where the myelin sheath is not there. These gaps are known as the nodes of Ranvier. The myelin sheath plays an important role for keeping the neuron self-independent. The myelin sheath is white in color. Now, terminal branches or terminal arborizations. Terminal branches at the ending contains knob-like structure, which is here shown above in the picture as circular shaped, or it is also known as knobs or bulbs. The terminal branches or terminal arborizations contain swollen ends, which contains neurotransmitters. The best example of neurotransmitter is acetylcholine. Acetylcholine is just released when the nerve impulse reaches the terminal end of a particular axon, and it is ready to be instilled or be transferred to another neuron. After the acetylcholine does the work, which is the transmission from the terminal end to the transmission of the particular to the impulse to the terminal branches of another neuron, it gets breakdown due to enzymes. Enzymes follow the breakdown of the neurotransmitter, which makes the pathway clean for the transmission of another impulse coming here and then going to that side. It cleans the pathway by breaking the particular neuron transmitter. Now, what is the difference between synaptic cleft and synapse? There is a word known as synaptic cleft, which even everyone gets confused. But there are synaptic cleft, which means the gap between the terminal branches of an axon to the corresponding terminal branches or to the corresponding dendrites of another neuron, which is located just adjacent, and it transfers the nerve impulse. The gap is known as the synaptic cleft. The synapse is the structure, that is the nerve coming from that is the nerve impulse coming from here to this side is the structure which contains this particular thing. People get confused over synaptic cleft and synapse, but the synapse is the structure which consists of the terminal arborization or the terminal branches of a particular axon transmitting the particular nerve impulse to the next or the adjacent axon through the particular thing which I have referred in the previous video, that is the dendrites of the particular axon. The impulse is traveled from a space. The space is known as synaptic cleft, but the synapse is the whole structure of it.